morning, everybody. Today is Maundy Thursday. And I would like to speak to all of you a little bit explaining about what is Maundy Thursday. This has been more than 2 weeks since you are away from school and at home. How are all of you doing? Have you been good boys and girls? Have you done your schoolwork? And I understand some of you have e-learning in school, from school. I trust that last Sunday was Palm Sunday and your parents have shown you some of the videos that we have shared with them about the story of Palm Sunday. So today is Maundy Thursday and I'd like to tell you a little bit about Maundy Thursday. What is Maundy Thursday? Another name for Maundy Thursday is actually Holy Thursday. It is called Maundy not because it's sad and you're mourning away, but the word Maundy comes from a Latin word meaning commandment. It is what we talk about. We need to obey Jesus' commandment to love one another as Christ has loved us. So I'm going to start by showing you a little video on how the Maundy Thursday came about, because this is when Jesus started his Holy Communion. And also there's two things, Holy Communion and also washing the disciples' feet. Okay, just sit back and watch this little video.
The story of Easter, the Last Supper. This is Jesus,
Hey-o!
who is the Son of God and the Savior of the world. While Jesus was on earth, he taught everyone about God's love and healed people from their sickness. He did many miracles like calming storms and even raised people from the dead.
Wahoo!
At this time, the Jewish people were celebrating a festival called Passover that had been celebrated since the time of Moses, when God brought his people out of Egypt. So Jesus was going to Jerusalem to celebrate. The disciples asked Jesus where he wanted to eat the Passover meal that night. Jesus said, "As you go into the city, a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you.
Hello.
Follow him. At the house he enters, say to the owner,
Hi.
The teacher asks, where is the guest room where I can eat the Passover meal with my disciples? He will take you upstairs to a large room that is already set up. That is where you should prepare our meal. The disciples found everything to be just as Jesus had said. Later that evening, Jesus arrived with the 12 disciples. They sat down to eat, and Jesus said that he was happy to be with everyone. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. He said, "Take it, for this is my body, which is given for you." Jesus told them to do this to help remember him. Then he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. And he said to his disciples, "This is my blood. It is poured out as a sacrifice to forgive the sins of many." Jesus said, "One of you eating with me here will betray me." He told them that things were supposed to happen this way, but that great sadness would await the one who betrays him. The disciples were very upset and asked, "Am I the one? Who is he talking about?" Judas asked Jesus, "Am I the one?" And Jesus said, "You have said it." One of the disciples asked Jesus, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus said it was the one who he would give the bread to. He gave the bread to Judas, and Jesus said, "Hurry and do what you're going to do." None of the others at the table knew what Jesus meant, So Judas left at once to betray Jesus. Then Jesus comforted and encouraged the disciples. He promised them that they would have a helper come when Jesus was gone. They all sang a song to God together.
From the video just now you saw that Jesus was a miracle worker. He has done so many good things, and this is his last week on earth. And after Palm Sunday, he will go on to teach the people. And Maundy Thursday is the day that is just before Good Friday. And this is on this time, as the video show you, that his people, the Jews were celebrating the Passover. And so he asked his disciples to go and prepare the video. Okay, so two things we heard about from this video. That Jesus, when Jesus gave them the bread and said, "This is my body, which is given for you." And when he passed around the cup, he said, "This is the blood of my covenant, which is given to you." So children, when your parents or when you grow up, when you can participate in the Holy Communion, each time you take the bread and the wine, or in our church it is a grape juice, Ribena juice, we always remember what Jesus did for us on the cross, how he died for us on the cross. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened before this Jesus had the Last Supper. You know, in those days, the Jews wear sandals. And when they come into the house, any house, their feet are very dusty. And somebody needs to wash the guest's feet. And guess who does it? You know, in the Jewish culture, it is the lower slave. A slave is different from a servant. Some of us have maids stuck up at home and we pay them salary. But for the Jewish custom, if you're a slave, they don't have any salary. They just belong to the master. And if the home has more than one slave, the one who is the lowest rank will be the one who need to wash the feet of the guests. And when Jesus and his disciples came into the upper room to have the celebrate the Passover, which is their Last Supper, all the disciples looked at one another. But nobody was willing to do this low task of washing the feet. Guess what Jesus do? Jesus stood up and he took the towel and he started washing the disciples' feet one by one. And after he has done all, he sat down and he told them, "If I am the master and I wash your feet, you guys need to learn from me and wash one another's feet." So this whole thing about feet washing teaches two things. Firstly, it taught us to be humble. Just like Jesus was humble enough. He was a teacher. He was the leader. And yet, he was so humble to wash his disciples' feet. The second thing feet washing taught us was about service. Jesus was willing to serve. And that is because of this commandment that Jesus said, "You love one another and serve one another, just as I have loved you and served you." That's where we get the term Maundy Thursday. Okay, boys and girls, how does it apply to us, to you today? Does it mean we have to go home and wash our daddy and mommy's feet? Well, you can do that if you want. But I think more than just washing your daddy's and mommy's feet, I think more important is to serve. Be humble and serve. Okay, I was just thinking, to make it practical for you, what are the ways you can serve? Probably few things. Maybe at this MCO time, you still have schoolwork to do. You still have other things to do. One thing you could help your parents is to nicely complete your homework. There's one way of serving them. Instead of needing to ask them to nag and scold you. Another thing is, maybe you can put away toys after you have played it. This will help your daddy and mommy. That's one way you can serve your parents. I was thinking another way that you can serve. You can actually help your daddy and mommy in some household work. Maybe you can help to sweep the floor. Maybe you can help to wash dishes. And some of you maybe can help them in preparing food. So this is how you can serve. So on this Maundy Thursday, remember, we need to be humble and need to learn to serve. And boys and girls, remember, tomorrow is Good Friday. And let's all be in church, or rather at home, joining the Facebook live service as we celebrate and remember the death of Jesus Christ for our Good Friday service. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.